air. Oh, it sounds so clear. Look out. 24/7. Moon. What are y'all trying to do? In the air. Oh, it's all so clear. We'll give y'all a minute to get in here. Move. What are y'all trying to do? 7 in the air. Oh, it's all so clear. Look out. Move. What are y'all trying to do? 7 in the air. Oh, so clear. Good morning, what's up, y'all? I made it to another day to walk and talk and share thoughts, you know. A lot to think about, a lot to talk about. Some of the same stuff y'all seen already on social media. Let me see. And just me giving my spin. Before I get started, welcome to the page, the channel, however you want to. You could be watching on my Facebook page. You could be on my YouTube channel, Rico the Opinionist, OPINIONIST, Rico the Opinionist. It's my YouTube channel where I upload a lot of these videos as well as others. I know I have well over 100 and some videos that I've made over the years that some of you may not have ever seen. And there's a new channel coming in the future. It'll be totally opposite of what I'm doing on here. Because a lot of you don't know I'm a social worker, master's level. Worked in the field of social work, substance abuse treatment, and mental health counseling for 24 years. So I'm in the process of putting it on paper, putting together a channel that's mainly social work. Because there is a duality in me. I'm not always these hard-hitting thoughts and opinions. I also have a particular skill, professional skill that is. So I want to be able to bring that out. I want the people would check it out. I want it to be geared towards men, black men particularly, but if other men come on, that's cool too. But we know brothers can really use that extra. And what is this? I can't see anybody. What's up? What is this red chicken? I'm gonna do something unorthodox. Let me try. See, I can't see. It's damn sun. Not damn sun, sorry. Because you need that sun, you need that vitamin D in your life. So, let me get over here and see if I can see you. All right, I'm taking my shades off. Who is this? Mary Max, what's up? Henry, you made it, huh? All right, y'all, I'm going to get to it in a minute. Let me see who this is so you can get in on this. Oh, Tino, let me see what's up, see if I can add you. Let me see if it'll work, because I haven't tried this. But Marcus Suter, good morning. I guess it won't let me add you. So, this is what's up. I'm just gonna do my thing. Maybe one day when I update my phone, it'll allow me to add people in. We can have these one-on-one conversations. So, every time you purchase one of my books, so I won't call the book, it's a short story. Hey, you can, it goes towards the upgrading the phone and much other things, you hear me? So, by the way, if you haven't already, if you don't know about it, for those who've been following this know what my spiel is. I do have a short story that's always on sale. It's $10, Cash App, $ Rico the Opinionist. And the title of the short story is The Greatest Pain Ever Felt, Conversation with My Absent Biological Father Who Never Wanted to Be Found. And pretty much the story starts off when I accidentally found out about my actual biological father at age 22. And the story went on from there. I even got to talk to him on the phone, but he didn't want to meet with me in person. He didn't want me to meet half brothers that I had at that time. It wasn't until age 39 that I just decided, so you know what, damn all that. It's not about him. It's about me. And let me go. And I looked up addresses, looked his name up, found addresses, and decided to knock on his door on December 25th, 2008, 4:30 p.m. I knocked on his door. Very nice house in the suburbs, 2-story, 2-door garage, 2 garage, all that cool stuff. Obviously he's lived well. And he came out after I rang the doorbell and said, what's up, what's up? He asked me, how did you find me? And I said, well, you know, Google Maps, MapQuest. He said, well, I have to give you an A for effort because I've worked aggressively over the years to prevent you from ever finding me. And then after that, a 2.5-hour conversation took place while he stood on his porch and I stood on the steps of his porch. He didn't invite me on the porch, per se. So I didn't learn anything any different from that 2.5-hour, 3-hour conversation. But it was just, I just had to see the person who I got my voice from. So had to just know that stuff is real. You have to. That's why in my last video I was saying it's almost unnatural for children not to know who their father is or their mother, but the crises seem to be fatherlessness in the black community. So, and it's almost like it's unnatural. It's almost like it's against God. So, or nature, or I know both. So and so if you want to check it out, $10 Cash App, get at me. It's on, all the information is on this Facebook page and in the description box on this YouTube channel, Rico the Opinionist. All right, I'm gonna try to cross the street. Not now, because the red light's turning green. Hold on a second. And y'all know my topics. My topics are racism, the correlation between black rappers and poverty, and vasectomies for teenage boys. And so I'm gonna get right to it. Let's get to the racism part. And I know that's a very open-ended, very wide or broad subject. And so hopefully I'm speaking very specifically when I go there to racism, because a lot of people don't like to talk about racism, especially when they got white friends. I'm talking about black people. They don't like to talk about racism when they got white friends or they got a good job, or they think somehow their degree has separated them from the system of racism, white supremacy. And guess what? I have a master's degree, 2 bachelor's degree, and an associate's, and licenses in my profession. So I'm not speaking as one would say, you hating because them folks got degrees. I have them as well. So, and from a very fine university, the Grambling State University. Greatest university God ever sanctioned to be built. Let's see what y'all saying. Sterling, what's up, homie? Cuzzo, Coach East, Kevin, good morning. So, I was just thinking about it, you know, because you can never say enough about the topic of racism. And I've always posed the question, if we believe that the white man is the devil, if we believe that racism is systematic, which it is, but we truly believe this, how come in the black race we don't act like it? Why don't we act like it? What do you mean by act like? Well, you know, usually the Nazis are and they work daily, weekly, monthly, yearly to make sure that experience with them never happens again. So what they did, what did they do? They built the fence around Jews in this country and around the world. Economic fence. They built the political fence. And they also built what is called a social moral fence. You can't say anything that appears to be offensive towards Jewish people. Not only will you be chided socially, but you'll also be penalized economically and possibly politically. Did y'all understand what I just said? We have yet to come to that because we don't understand the full grasp of believing that racism is real. We like to say it, though, to get sound bites on social media or get invited to CNN and MSNBC to share our thoughts. But as a race, as a group, we don't understand what it means to actually believe that racism is real. Because we still seem to be tripped up or surprised when racism knocks on our door or comes to our schools or hits us socially at restaurants. We seem to be so shocked What is this assumption that we've made about other people? What is this assumption? So then we throw in these little things like, we know, Rico, it's not all white people. I never said that. I said a system of racism and white supremacy. You can have whoever you want to, but don't be shocked when racism rears its ugly head. Jews, they made sure that doesn't happen. Even Asians. They're Asians. Woo! Asians have solidified their fence around their race, even though they're main victimizers, just like Jewish people, main victimizers of other people, and especially black folks. They've been able to get this Democratic Party, this Democratic president, and get bipartisan support from Republicans and conservatives to pass within a week the anti-Asian hate bill. Law. It's a law now. People who are mentally ill that believe that if they put on a wig that they're women. People who believe that it is natural to have sex with the same gender, they have gotten what's called a political and legal fence built around their group. We still have yet, come on somebody, to get an anti-lynching bill, anti-black male hate bill passed through so it can be made law, because we don't understand that if it's my belief, why don't I act like it? This is not about hating anybody. It's about understanding that race is about the battle between groups, the battle to acquire the most land, the most resources, economic and land and, you know, the material wealth within your group. Shout out to Dr. Claude Addison, who has to break that down. Maybe y'all need to go check out his video, Inappropriate Behavior by Dr. Claude Addison, as well as Extraordinary People. Extraordinary People by Dr. Claude Anderson. Because, you know, I'm not a know-it-all. I just try to find a little something about everything, you hear me? And so I don't like to be painted, he think he knew everything. No, I don't. Hell, a lot of you know more than I do, but you just don't say it out loud. You just use it just for your own individual growth. And me and my silly behind, I learned something I tell everybody. And I thought that's how groups worked. But we said we're not a group a lot of times, and that's what keeps us in trouble. Whenever something pops out, we don't know, well, should we all get together on this? Should we all band together? Should we do this? We can't get together politically, economically, educationally, and we're losing all fronts because we don't understand what racial solidarity is. Who's to say that all white people are cool with each other? We all know that that's not true. Who's to say that all Jewish people like each other? We all know that's not true. Who's to say that all Asians like each other? We all know that's not true. Who to say, especially after this Lil Nas X fiasco on BET Awards, that all homosexuals they all like each other. They all have what's called sectors and subgroups within their group, and they disagree. But one thing they do agree on, y'all give me a minute. They do agree on the whole group will continue to move forward, regardless of our inner infighting or our inner differences. Why don't we understand that? I don't give a shit about black Greeks. Meaning, let me rephrase that. I don't give a damn about black Greek-led organizations. I couldn't care less. However, they're still black, whether they recognize it or not. And they have positions where they can actually do something for the black race as a whole, but they choose to be subgroups off to themselves and grab crumbs on their own, and they pick and choose which black person. See, all this is wrong. All of it is wrong. But when it comes to blackness, I don't see the divine nine. I see another black man and another black woman. Because when the police pulled them over, they don't see a black, they don't see an AKA, they see a black chick. They don't see a member of Alpha Phi Alpha, they see a black dude. I don't understand why they still think they're a special group within the black race. What did your favorite rapper say in this song about 4 or 5 years ago? Still nigga. Y'all thought it had a nice beat to it, a nice groove. Y'all thought it was very revolutionary when Jay-Z put that crap out. You know, and act like Fred Hampton and Black Panthers and revolutionaries before them, that said the word, but Jay-Z say still nigga, and all of a sudden, oh my God, he down. I get so embarrassed all the time. And again, I'm one of those fortunate ones in the 90s. I was paying attention when when neo soul and consciousness was coming out of books, not Google. We actually read the books. You know, there were books. And I think if we got back to reading books and having those cool conversations that we used to have on the college campuses of HBCUs and even in white schools, it's like the black kids that attend these predominantly white universities have more consciousness than the black kids who attend all black schools. You know, in the 80s and 90s, we were on it. We used to have dialogues with each other. Sitting in steps of the student union. Shout out to my man Dave. And many others, and Eric P. Cookford, and all these folks used to sit down in front of the student union on a Friday night at 1 in the morning just debating topics. That's what college is for. But it's not like that anymore. We're not turning out these deep thinking, striving intellectual black kids anymore. We're turning out, and even at black colleges, these robots, these machinist robots, or mechanized robots that's led by this dumbass woke movement, led by a bunch of black chicks and gay dudes, and everybody else just saying, well, fuck it, I don't care. You know, it's a difference. They're not reading the books anymore, and the black men are not standing up, and they don't have a lot of masculine energy at these black colleges. And I'm saying this because, you know, they turned into a Howard University. That we saw that coming a long time ago. Now they really showing their ass. And y'all have to forgive me all this noise that's going on, because what happens when I'm out here strolling? And the topic is still racism. We can name all the stuff that's been done to us. Hold on a minute. Wait a minute. Give me a minute. Hold on. Let these, because they're building, see, they're always building around here. It's called progress. That's how the ghetto should be. Black folks should be. I should hear sounds like this truck's moving. Dirt being hauled off. That's how it should be in the black hoods. All the way to the suburbs and all the way around in all parts in bigger cities, there's always some kind of knocking down and building up going on. See, a lot of stuff we can do under this so-called system of racism and white supremacy, if we're going to believe that. If we're going to believe that, well, how come we aren't behaving like that? Well, see, it's a mindset. You know, you can always talk about it and point out all the stuff. I mean, we talk about it so much that there's people gotten rich, you know, off of these so-called leaders these so-called conscious guys like a Tariq Nasheed and all these folks. And Dr. Boyce, whatever his name, Dr. Watkins, he tried to be one of the faces of so-called black intellectual thought, but it's not working. Because we're not telling our young people to start from the beginning to read. Shut that damn computer down and pick up this book. That's how a lot of us learn. That's how a lot of us still are ahead of the curve. Because we picked up books. And then there were black folks around us who weren't afraid to tell us the truth. And so when you gain with information like that, all you have to do now is just go out there and do the work. But we're not. And it's really simple. You know, if you send your kid to a HBCU or a predominantly white college, a historically white college, if they're not given the tools to, hey, this is what you need to do. Because a lot of the scholars we talked about back in the day, they attended white schools, but they were more consciousness than graduates of HBCUs. And that shit has to change. So we believe that racism is real, continuously, systematically. Why aren't we behaving like that? I'm going to keep posing that question until y'all get tired of my repetition. We have to behave like it. Like Jews, Asians, trans, LGBT, they all behave like they are threatened every day. They behave like it. They're always somewhere doing something trying to preserve their family, their way of life, the way they exist in this country. But we're not. We're around here sitting around waiting for somebody to send Jesus. It's stupid. So stupid. And it's embarrassing. So, you know, I can go on about that. You know, in the words of Forrest Gump, that's all I have to say about that. You can. And all you gotta do is just pick up one of the books. If you want to copy my black book list, and I don't have a problem with saying black, and I don't have a problem with saying the word race. I don't have a problem with talking about racism. But I'm not going to sit up all night talking about racism with a bunch of people in 2021 who should know better. And then if your son or daughter is goofy as F, well, that's your fault. You got a goofy-ass daughter and a goofy-ass son that's shocked by racism. You're the one taught them, you know, you can be anything you want to be. It doesn't matter who you are. And then all of a sudden, they run into it, and all of a sudden their feelings just hurt because they little white friend Brad and Jeffrey and her friends Becca and Jennifer. And, look, be friends with whoever you want to. I'm cool with whoever I want to be. Be cool with a lot more other folks. They just stop acting like there's some kind of barrier between us. Because I'm not a church person, I'm not a black Greek, or I'm not all of this. You know, I'm still your brother. And you're still my sister, and you're still my brother. But you have to own that on your own. Not conveniently. I own my blackness every day, wherever I go. And I'm cool. Everyone's met me, I'm cool. I'm easy going, a lot of laughs. We can have some Crown Apple, Crown Peach, or some tequila shots, some Coors Lights, some butts, and do that thing. But, you know, you got to own who you are. Because when you take all that stuff off, they say once you are naked, that's who you are. So you can cover yourself with all these other, or adorn yourself with all these outside and worldly garments and titles and all that, but you still under that whole umbrella, that guise of Europeans versus Africans. I know, just always keep that in mind. And I'm telling you, we can have a better life. If we're choosing to be here in America, we got to act like we're gonna be here and stop acting like a bunch of goddamn servants all the time. Stop acting like victims and second-class citizens, even though the United States Constitution still has us as 3/5 human beings, but we don't have to act like that. That's something we could be fighting for. But also, most importantly, under the system of racism and white supremacy, the most powerful tool or weapon against that is family. We have to stop buying into white liberal politics. We're always concentrating on what Republicans are saying, what they're doing. They're trying to take all our rights. Yeah, they're telling you I'm taking your rights, but your Democrats and your liberals are taking them from you as they hand you a lollipop. Here, take this. You don't need that. This got sugar in it. I know you like something sweet. And that's how they do it. They're doing the same damn thing. They're taking away your right to choose. That's what the Democrats are doing. That's what the liberal white folks and gays are doing to black folks. And then they bred these dumbass black feminists, these little young girls, these old, bad, angry-ass women talking crazy. Like they're just such fucking intellectuals. Oh, it's annoying. And I need to sit down and start reading some more so my tolerance can build a little bit where I can have a conversation with these folks. Right now, all I have is cuss words for these people because I know they're nothing but modern day mammies and bedwinters. And shout out to Minister Jap, German shepherds for white supremacy. These black feminists are talking that, you know, black women are not safe around black men. The microaggression, the patriarchy, that gets on my fucking nerves. That gets on my nerves. So Rico, would you not concerned about the victimhood of black women? Oh, sure I'm concerned about it. But where are the victims? They're not dumb people. They're not slaves. Yeah, y'all go out every weekend. They're out here spending more money, dancing on bars, dancing with each other, having a goddamn blast. You know, but Rico, what was that your mother, your daughter? I don't have a daughter. My mother's always a lady. So I'm not in these goddamn scenarios and what ifs, these hypotheticals. I'm not a part of that. So I don't buy it. Everywhere you look, you know, black women go through so much. No, try being a black man. Try having testicles on the balls. Ma'am, try being a black boy. They're the ones who go through hell because black boys and black men are the threat to the system, not a woman of any race, not a woman. Y'all, I repeat, a woman is not a threat to any fucking thing. The only threat is that a woman is when she decides to not to give you no pussy after you bought 3 drinks on a Friday night after 9 p.m. That's the threat you have to worry about. Man, I hope she don't turn me. I hope she don't say no. I didn't put a little money into this. I hope she don't say no. That's the only threat she is to a man. Yes. Oh my God, that's so misogynistic. Why? That's so sexist. Eat up eggplant. Yeah. Like that gets on my nerves. I have no tolerance for this feminist rhetoric and this false victimhood. And man, who the hell you mad? It's funny. They don't go after. What's up, Andre Pierce? Tino, Venus. It's funny how these same sexist, screaming, misogynoir, black chicks. You know, we've heard it years from these old ugly ass white women feminists. But now you got these old ugly ass black chick feminists. And I'll say it again. Y'all guys on here, y'all pay attention. Look around. Let me know if any pretty woman or attractive woman under a size 6, under a size 8, or under a size 10 says stuff like misogynoir, sexist, you know, the patriarchy. Let me know. And let me know if it's a dude who actually dates women who says, you know, we need to do something about this patriarchy. Let me know if he actually says that. Let me know if it's the actual masculine hetero guy who says this about other black men. You know, the patriarchy is a problem in our community. This domination, this oppression of our women. Yeah, let me know if he is a guy who actually has women or dates women or has a lot of masculine male friends who says this. And sorry, black fraternity guys, I'm finna throw y'all in there, because a lot of these dudes who are preaching this, like Mark Lamont Hill, I think he's a member of Alpha Phi Alpha. You know, it's a lot of these black Greek guys are beta male simp mother of lovers. Beta males, my God. Suckers. They're annoying, and they're the ones who slid into all these positions where they're allowed to have these platforms and these voices to be the tick on the ass of the black community. This patriarchy, this microaggression. I said, is this something I missed in social work? I'm about to get back to my social work books. Because I've been out here in these streets. Well, not really, no. But out here, because it's bad in these streets. Fuck that. But I'm just saying, we got to do better. We got a lot of work to do in our own race. We have to get rid of a lot of misnomers. And black women, y'all have been funded, of course not all, funded against your own men. And then your main ones sit your behinds on world stages, on national TV, talking against your own men. You know, and I was just reading some comments from Howard University and all of this mess, and some little blue-haired little black chick on TikTok. You know, it goes on. I said, wow. I looked at her with that Smurf color hair. I'm like, baby, you ain't got to worry about no black dudes approaching your ugly face again. It's always the ugly ones. It's always a socially awkward, weirdo-ass black chicks that got so much to say about black men, the negative part. But the pretty women, you know what their issue is? Which phone number do I accept? I get so much play every day. And they don't act like bitches. Some of them are really gracious. They accept, because that's what men do. Men holler at women. Sometimes it's not appropriate, and baby, you put them in check. They'll be like, damn, little mama, you thick, ain't it? But guess what? Man, little mama, damn, your booty fat in that dress. You know, guess what? He says that because there are a lot of women who accept that. So again, I keep pushing the women in the direction of checking other women. You're also busy trying to check the men, check the women. There are a lot of women who will appreciate that kind of come on. Yeah, it's the truth. So ladies, if y'all don't like guys talking like that, talk to the women who accept that. Well, so men shouldn't be held responsible for their behavior. We operate based on what you put out. Just like how a woman has just said, damn, a lot of black men are not approaching us in the club or in the restaurant, or not approaching us. Guess what? We operate on what you put out. You said, I don't need no man. These N-words ain't ish. And all that. We heard you. And so no, we ain't talking to your frowned up Kermit the Frog face ass. You know, you might be cute, but what you frowned up for? This is a Sunday brunch. You got on your beautiful linen dress and your sandals, baby. Only time you smile is when a woman compliments you? Can we talk about that just for a second? Then I'm gonna move on to the next topic. Isn't it the weirdest shit? Let you know these women are sick. These young women, 18 to 35 years old, are sick. And they're the least married and least approached too. By actual dudes. You know, because I've seen it, and any man on this live, on this live, or who will be watching this video, you'll know I'm telling the truth. You can tell a woman, hey, you look beautiful. Your hair is beautiful. Or whatever. She might say, thank you. You know, might half smile, but a woman say, girl, that dress is cute. You look pretty. This chick smiles from ear to ear. They have a conversation. Next thing you know, they're exchanging phone numbers. I'm telling you, it's the weirdest shit. We moved into a terrible fucking time. And we want to talk about the breakdown of the black family. Hell, you know, lesbians. Yeah, I said it. Not all, but too many. Y'all know what I'm talking about. That trans lesbian energy they give one another. And then want to treat men like we ain't ish. And I say we, I'm not a part of it because I don't hardly participate in the foolishness. I'm just speaking on behalf of guys who can't speak or think it's not okay to speak or think it's unmanly to speak out against maltreatment or what I call social abuse. A lot of guys do get socially abused. As soon as one video, 2 videos up of a dude smacking the shit out of a chick, then here come everybody else. Oh man, that was so wrong. Why did he do that? I don't approve of interpersonal violence at all. But I'm saying, like, goddamn, is anybody gonna ever be held responsible other than men for what the fuck they do? That's just a question. So, but anyway, before I get to my next topic, let me see who's this. Is a member of, he's a member of Kappa Alpha Psi. Thank you, Mary Max. Mark Lamont here is a member of Kappa Alpha Psi. I know one of those damn groups. And no offense to the brothers I know who are part of Greek life, but y'all got to claim them too. Y'all got to claim Mark Lamont Hill. Just like the Q's didn't claim Dr. Cosby. Y'all got to claim everybody. You can't claim the ones that y'all think are awesome. Mark Lamont Hill sucks ass, and he's a reflection of Kappa Alpha Psi. If y'all think Dr. Cosby is a bad reflection of Omega Psi Phi, and Steve Harvey and all these folks is what the fuck shit. So, thank you, Mary Max. But Mary Max does that damn research. In case y'all want to know, she'll let you know. You hear me? Let me see who else. Oh, Henry said, tell him, Rico. But anyway, and no one loves sisters more than I do. And I don't have to keep saying that just because I'm calling out the bad behavior, but I'm also talking under the guise of racism. If we truly believe this, we'll be building that fence. That's all. So let me get to the next one. I want to talk about black rappers and its connection to poverty. Ladies, get ready. I'm finna get on y'all ass again. Of course, not all. But, you know, recently, and we can say recently every week, because damn near every week a black rapper's getting his ass blown off. For some odd reason, for some reason, sometimes not so odd. But a black rapper is being taken out. Man, I'm talking about, no pun intended, gangland style. I mean, they waste no bullets in getting rid of these dudes. So, one just got out of jail in Chicago. They met him coming out the door, blah da da da, and a couple of women got some of that smoke. Then, day before that, the young brother in Hawthorne or Inglewood, California. And then, who else? I think it was another one, but that's right, the weekend is coming, there'll be another one. So the thing is, we always say, how come every time I look around, a black male is always pushed to rapping or athletics. But we forget to ask this question, you know, why is it, whenever we pose this question, we ignore where you're coming from, which is usually coming out of poverty and foolishness. And those are the only 2 quick things that the system offers a lot of choices. So let's stop pretending that's not true. Because believe it or not, in the ghetto, they have schools, they have libraries, there's some mentors there. But due to the fact that how these boys, black boys, are raised and what they're raised under, they're put under pressure to get some money fast. This has been happening for over 100 years. You know, they're poor, you know, raised by a single mother. And so the boy is forced emotionally and psychologically, he's feeling that he has to take on the mantle as the man of the house. And also, most importantly, boy children do not like to see the mothers suffer or hurt or be hurt. You get it? So it's a lot of pressure. So sports and rap music, not necessarily singing or anything else, but rap music, those seem to be the 2 main things that they can get money quick, right next to selling dope. And of course, sociologically speaking, when you want to be needed by a group and need attention from, I guess they believe it's this false sense of masculine energy, they join gangs. I mentioned yesterday that there was a photo of the young man who was shot in his car on Instagram, I think Indian Red Boy or something like that. And in the picture, his mother looked like she was 8 months pregnant. He was a little boy in this picture. She had a baby in her belly. She had on a red outfit. He had on a red outfit. His little brother had on a red outfit. And the other little brother, there's like 3 of them in the picture, and she pregnant. And then it had a red background, so you know what time that is, right? So that means he was raised and brought into, birthed into foolishness. To I guess, gang activity. And so what's to expect the result? What do you think the expected result's gonna be? But we don't want to tell the truth about this. So, you know, those two are interconnected because the system or the people who run the music, just like athletics, they always go straight to the ghetto where our prized possessions are. They're in the hood, in the ghetto. The athletes, you know, even the scholars, they go there and pick out the ones from amongst the herd or the crowd of kids and get those and lift them up. And so, the little rap guys have been taught well that not rap music, because see, rap can come in many forms. You know, Will Smith was a rapper, Flo Rida was a rapper. What's up, Kevin? My man. But they don't rap with real Will Smith. Let me tell y'all something real quick about Will Smith. Say a lot of stuff, if you will, about Will. And even this his relationship. But one thing I've always liked about Will Smith, he told y'all he was, hold on a minute. This motherfucker here. So now, do I stop? Okay, jackass. All right, so he told you in the opening of his TV show, West Philly, born and raised. On the playgrounds where I spent most of my days, playing b-balls and outside of school. And then guys start some trouble in the neighborhood, right? Meaning he was around the foolishness as well. But one thing about Will Smith, even when he told his story on the red table about the abuse, about the issues with his father and his father's, I think, drinking and stuff and all the foolishness he went through and the feelings he derived, feeling unwanted and neglected and things like that, right? But somehow he mustered up enough strength to say, you know what? That's not the route I'm going to go. That's not the image I'm going to present. Me and Jazz are going to do some rap music that's going to bring smiles to the face and joy to the hearts of people. And people, yeah, they might call it corny, but guess what? Corny rappers ain't never caused nobody to get murdered and never caused no drama to come to anybody's neighborhoods or situations. So that's why I find it interesting that we have these question marks about people like Flo Rida and people like Will Smith. But they call them the corny rappers or whatever. But these guys are multimillionaires and no one has ever been hurt or suggested to be murdered or killed in their music. And they made it so how, because see, I don't have a problem with rap music per se, because they make the best beats. You know, make a party rock. But see, you get these young people who are impressionable to young people, and they tell these rappers, look, if you ain't talking about killing each other, if you ain't talking about the grunge and the filth and the disgustingness of the ghetto, and in the sense that you can overcome it, no, we can't give you we can't sign you. So that right there, so you would think that these women who decide to reproduce, they would pick a better place to reproduce kids. That's why when I hear people say kids are a blessing from God, you're a liar. Because if you thought kids were truly a blessing and you're just so anti-abortion, why would you have a baby in a ghetto in a war zone? Number two, what in the hell possesses you? Now, you can have sex with gang members and drug dealers and murderers, but why would you have a baby with these people? You don't understand DNA, sister? Obviously not. But then all of a sudden, oh my God, I'm concerned about my boys. I'm concerned about my kids. Why? You are not concerned about your kids. What you're concerned about, if one of them died, they go to paycheck in the household. Racist rapping and poverty are connected. There's a correlation. And the women can decide whether or not their children be born in a decent neighborhood with a decent man or living in pure hell that most black children are born to. Pure hell. Broken schools, politics suck, economics are not flowing unless they're illegal. You know, we ain't leaving the daughters out because hell, the poor daughters got to be subjected to all kinds of sexual harassment and assault, and think they have to resort to stripping in order to get their way out, or prostitution. Oh yeah, this conversation is not lost on girls, but my concern is boys, because they're the ones who don't hardly get any attention. And so, why would you do that? And so therefore, this whole manhood thing is thrown on little boys so early and inappropriately. It's inappropriately applied. And you got these young men at 8, 9 years old thinking they're supposed to be the man of the house. And I need y'all to stop telling children that they're the man of the house, because the man of the house has sex with the woman of the house. So y'all stop saying that. If you ever told your son that and he's 11, 6, 5, 4, 3, 15, 16, go apologize to him. He's not the man of the house. When I'm gone, you look after your mama. Well, that's cool too. Sir, try not to go to jail. So he won't have to take up that responsibility. You don't give birth to children so they can take on your responsibility. That's not what children are for. Well, you know, they need to help out around the house. Well, if you have more children than you can handle, you don't need to be having no more than one child then. Two max. Now you're a single woman with 4 kids, about 5 different baby dads, and got the oldest one babysitting your newborn. You out of line, bitch. You're out of line. And that goes on all the time. Why don't we discuss this? And why don't women have a conversation about this? Again, black women, when y'all have all these marches, y'all giving all these national platforms on MSNBC, NBC, ABC News. Y'all got all these platforms, but you never ever talk about poor decision-making women. Y'all want to talk about, well, I'm educated. I have a degree. I've worked hard. I have my own home, my own car, and then there are no black men available. You silly rabbit. How arrogant, how simple-minded, how obtuse can you be? Or willfully ignorant. And a lot of you participate in the guys that y'all are complaining about. And number thing, do you think if white women were saying there's a shortage of white men, and then you say, well, hell, the prison system has a lot of our men, and hold on a minute, let these cars go by. And none of you ever form a women's coalition. None of you ever form a women's coalition to investigate why the hell so many black boys and black men are in the juvenile justice system and caught up in jail. That's why I know y'all full of shit. I don't take you people seriously. You think, hell, 3 black girls can't come missing in 3 years. Y'all want everybody to stop. Black girls are missing. They snatching our black girls. But you got black boys dying by the hundreds per month. Black men are incarcerated by the hundreds of thousands, and y'all ain't formed a search party yet. Fuck y'all. I want to hear that. Men, are y'all listening to me? And well-meaning and logical sisters, are y'all listening to me? This is bullshit. It should be a search party. And why aren't the so-called brilliant folks, why aren't there more black women forming what is called innocence projects to get black men out of jail? And then changing the behaviors of women that cause a lot of these black men go to jail. Did y'all know a lot of these black men are in jail because of black women? We never ask these questions. And I know somebody read it, damn Rico, you hate black women. No, I hate bad behavior. I'm a mental health guy, remember? Master's degree in social work. Health, mental health is my concentration. 24 years of treating substance abuse addicts and mental health. Dual diagnosis, meaning you have addiction and a mood disorder diagnosis. My population for over 24 years. All right. But also, I live in reality. Let's speak to what's really going on. While we out here doing these national goddamn global stances, we need to take care of our local business. And these black boys are choosing stuff like gangs and selling dope and getting into rap music, talking about the worst thing, that they're only pushing on other blacks so they can get their money. And guess what? These mamas get their platinum blonde country ass on TV, they burgundy hair on TV, and say, yeah, my son, yeah, he balling around here. You know how they accept the rap money? That's the same way they accepted the crack money back in the 80s and mid-90s. They know damn well their son in the 9th grade, what the hell he get $1,500 from on a fucking school night. She didn't care. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, I'm saying it. Black men are set up weekly by their own mothers, by their own sisters, by their own girlfriends, by whenever they date. They're set up for the fall, and they get to live on and get some more penis and more babies from somebody else that's stupid. And we're gonna have to check this shit. You know, and now if black Greeks want to be really valuable in the black race, this is the stuff they can use their huge platform to talk about. Instead of gaining together to get a bitch in office who proves that she hates black men. Number two, prove that she went after the fact when we already knew, talking about she's black. Y'all got, the Divine Nine got together to put a bitch in office who hates black people. She's a caste hierarchy Indian, Brahmin Indian. Y'all can research that, but I know your pride won't let you do it because you did some stupid shit. You thought you were doing something so great. Yeah, we together, we my sister. She ain't your sister, fool. So anyway, y'all gonna learn where your loyalty is. If your loyalty is not African, all the rest of it is bullshit. Greek or whatever, it's bullshit. And again, you're still my brother, but I'm not gonna not tell the truth because of your fucking affiliation. If I can talk about the church, I can talk about your Greek affiliation. It's not about you, man. If you decide to, if that your Greek affiliation is who you are, you're the slow one. Because you was African way before, goddammit, you decide to take an oath and become a Greek letter affiliated human being. Black person, yeah, I said it. And again, y'all, when we see each other in person, whatever, don't ask me shit about nothing I say about Facebook. Because that's not the conversation I want to have, because usually we meet somewhere drinking and partying going on. And that's all I want to do is drink and party. I don't have no deep conversation while I'm trying to have my goddamn apple crown peach. Crown peach. Or my tequila sunrise. Or my Bud Light or Coors Light, you hear me? I want to talk about that. If you insist upon it, you're going to have to hit me in the Cash App for $150 per question. But what you're not going to do is cuss me out. Anybody going to cuss me out for free. That's all you want to do. But why you say that? That's $150 a question. Y'all get it. So pass the word. I say all this on here. You want to respond to me? You can. Through Messenger and all that. I can read it or delete it. It is what it is. And I couldn't care less, or I could care. But you won't be wasting my time about... I just want to ask you about what you said about black mothers setting up their black sons. No, you don't. I don't see $150 in my hand or Cash App. No, you may not ask me about that in person. And I mean that shit. Who's this? Claude, what's up? Quentin, what's up? And we're going to have to get this stuff, get this shit in check as a race, as a community. I know we can all have varying philosophies, but when they get down to it, historically it's always European versus the African. If we don't, well, I ain't no African. I wasn't born in Africa. You keep on with the small shit and the silly shit. That's you. I don't get caught up in the pettiness of minutia. I don't, because I understand. If you read enough history, if you go back and understand, you'll know what I'm talking about. But if you're caught up in this other shit, well, good luck to you. Oh my God, Rico's angry. No, I'm not angry, I'm just hot as a son bitch right now because the sun came out on my ass. but other than that, like I said, I'm an Aquarius. We are peaceful, loving people. We want to see justice for all, for everybody. And we allow our minds to flow freely. We don't have no problem with anybody. But, you know, if it needs to be said, we'll say it. If it needs to be pointed out, we'll point it out. You know, there's no strategy to it. And yes, we accept the consequences of, you know, of pointing it out. And that is people getting mad and questioning and isolating, don't want to talk to you, don't want to be cool with you. Which all that does, hell, it does us a favor. That means you can keep the lames away. I guess our truth is like Raid or bug spray to insects. To try to fuck around and mess your picnic up. So I'll take it as that. But this is not me throwing down the gauntlet. That's right, if you don't fuck with me, I don't fuck with you. It ain't like that, because I'm not built like that. I'm a cool dude, I swear I am. Anyone who knows me knows I am. Anyone who had an interaction with me knows that I am a cool dude. Fair. But I have such a low tolerance for fakeness and this feigned naivete about race. We always try to put race and poverty in a kind of a box where it's convenient for us to open up whenever we get ready. No, this shit is ongoing and it's solvable. It's solvable. But, you know, ask Jews, ask Asians, ask hell, a particular sector of white folks. The one thing about white folks, they don't care about their lower trash white folks. They don't. They say, as long as they keep their ass over in the trailer parks, those of us who live in the suburbs, we're just fine. They can keep their crystal meth using and selling ass, their heroin banging ass in the trailer park. That's how whites who are doing okay view lower functioning whites. But thing is, for us, our lower functioning blacks, they still infect us, impact us, because I guess we have this thing about, well, no, we can't throw them out, and I have this thing, you know, we got the ones who are just, they cannot be redeemed, and we know who they are. Then you have those who just happen to be caught up in that. I don't penetrate white people on all levels. See, the hood is just it's an address. It's a geographical location. It's not who a lot of the people are. I came up in a low-income neighborhood. I came up when crack hit, and I saw the difference within a summer. The summer before crack hit, I was playing football in the street, and everybody, it was a fun street. It had a lot of, you know, it's ups and downs, but it wasn't tragic. Then that next summer after crack came in, I started seeing girls who were really pretty and beautiful. All of a sudden, they're on the hunt for something. And I started seeing a lot of these cars that did not live in my neighborhood pulling up in my neighborhood. And I started seeing the guys I was in the 8th and 9th grade with, now they are crack entrepreneurs. They selling the shit, getting plenty of cash. And so that's how it changed. That's why I know lower income doesn't mean low IQ. Come on, somebody. Low income does not mean low morality. Y'all don't hear me. Low income doesn't mean low character. Doesn't mean that. It doesn't automatically equate to that. Because I came up in low income, food stamps, welfare checks, hell, domestic violence, pimps, prostitutes, hoes, uncle whooping his hoe in the living room at shit 3 o'clock in the morning on a school night, that kind of shit. Cool family occasions disrupted because somebody broke out in a fight acting a goddamn fool. I came up in that. So I don't need a lecture. He said, what you say, Mary Max? Trailer park and in the backwoods. You right. And my man, Kevin said, where your water at? I know, man. I'm about to get to it, bro. I swear. I'm about to get to it. Because what I do is I drink like a bottle and a half. Then I said, well, I'm going to behave like a camel. And I think it'll hold me until I get back to my place. So, but you know, I'm about to cut that up. If I'm just going to walk, I need to have, what this dude doing? I got a dude also doing live, but he's really animated with his live. I can't show him to you because he's like over there. But anyway, y'all, so, yeah, we're going to have to, and I'm going to keep saying this stuff until it catches on, because somebody with a bigger platform, somebody who's way more popular than me and who's liked better than me, maybe you'll say the same thing to your people, and we understand how this thing works. There's no Jesus Christ coming to get us out of this. A lot of us are doing just fine. People are still taking Caribbean trips and shit during the pandemic, so I know we're doing all right. And mass, a lot of black folks are still doing the damn thing. And it's not a hating, it's recognizing. We are good, or better, than we probably is expected to be under the trauma and the bullshit we've been under, but we have to do some things with each other that'll help get us all up out this shit, because we are equipped. It's 2021, not 1821. You understand? Shit. That's all. And one of these days, I'm going to pay more attention to my damn self so I can come up out of my bush, my economic trash, and do better. But I always get distracted about, I'm looking at the group. I said, damn, the group, or a particular group of us are not making it. We can say, well, choices they make. But we have to go and identify, and we have to attack those things. We can't do a broad statement and expect the specific group to catch this. We have to go directly to them and do the work. I know people say we had these mentoring programs, but what are you doing in your mentoring programs? How come it's not funded enough where it can reach more than just 6 people a year? You have access to plenty of money, especially those of you who write grants for corporations. Y'all write multi-million-dollar grants for white corporations, but you can't write multi-million-dollar grants for a black nonprofit to really help multitudes of black kids at one time in the summer or around the year, not just give out turkeys and shit on Christmas. Who still does that and thinks that's giving back? And then here go the smart motherfucker. Well, at least that's something better than nothing. Get out of here. That's called a tax write-off, you lazy bastards. You got $50 million in the bank, and you go and partner with Walmart so they can give you their leftover turkeys, and you get to look like the big hero when you passing out fucking turkeys. And it's to the rappers and NBA players, the NFL players, anybody else who does that stupid shit. You give out one turkey on Thanksgiving, and then give out a turkey and a toy and a bicycle on Christmas when people are fucked up every day, and you have access to millions of dollars in donors. Get out of here. I told you we playing games. We playing so, you know, rappers, black boys think, shit, I gotta get out here and get it. When all these dudes and all these women have all this access to media, access to all this when they wanna talk shit about each other, but you don't seem to have all this access when it's come to helping each other. God damn, y'all didn't hear me. Whew, give me a minute. See, we have all this access. We want to attack each other, but we don't seem to have this access. We want to help each other. What's wrong with us? I keep asking questions I know the answer to. I keep asking questions I know the answer to. But I want y'all to get the answer. It's okay. It's not whack to be black. It's okay to help your own people. It's okay. You don't have to devote all your time. We got 40 million blacks. And hell, let me break it down city to city. You know, it could be one super nonprofit, and we also, look, we're going to attack this. We're going to have education. We're going to do economics and politics. The education, we're going to go out there and tell these young girls, look, just because you have a vagina doesn't mean you're supposed to have a baby in the 9th grade. You're supposed to have a baby as a sophomore in college. And then just because you're in love, you ain't supposed to give him a baby, silly. Love is just an emotion. It's not protection from a goddamn breakup in a relationship. But it's fun to feel that way. Hell, I remember it. And so, you know, we're going to have to do better. So let me get to my next one. You understand? Did I make the point on that? Black rappers and poverty, there's a connection there. These women have given birth to babies in these ghettos, in poverty situations, drug situations, domestic violence situations, no man, no fathers. Again, I think it's unnatural against God for a son not to know who his father is. Don't give me this shit about, well, this is stepdad that stepped in. He wouldn't have to step in if this broad decided to get pregnant by her husband instead of some Negro she had fourth period English with, or who she went to the prom with. Or who was already married. What's with these chicks that have babies by dudes and they the side piece, but you decide to have a baby with a man that already has a wife, you sorry, nothing ass broad? Oh God. And I'm sorry for those children who had to be the side piece to men who already got a woman or got a wife. Your mama wasn't shit. Your mama was a lazy bitch and she was disrespectful. Self-loathing heifer. Y'all bad enough you're dating a married man or a man with a woman he lived with. Now, a dude with girlfriends, that's some other shit. But a man with a woman that he goes home to every night, and you choose to be his side piece, not only that, married or in a committed relationship with a girlfriend, and you decide to get pregnant by this dude, and number two, actually had a baby, you ain't shit. You ain't shit. I don't care how you remix it. You ain't shit. You are disgusting. You really don't care about. All you care about is your damn self. You don't. Because if people cared about, if our race cared about black children, 80% of them would not be born to single mothers. Come on, somebody. And then I challenge anybody to say, to let me know the percentage of those women that was at 80% were wives. I'm still waiting on that number. No, they all single chicks who could be doing something else. Don't make no damn sense. You're a side piece. That is not even a real relationship. It's just for sexual and some kind of emotional convenience for him. It ain't even for you because you too lazy to go out and get your own man. And you know what's so good about this? Y'all ladies have actually bought into the lie, not all but too many, that there aren't enough men to go around. And I don't know who told y'all to put eligible, marriageable men like you so fucking eligible and marriageable. You ain't looked in the mirror lately? Have you heard yourself talk? Your degree does not make you eligible. Your high-paying job does not make you eligible. And this shit is weird. But, you know, it's tons of brothers out here who don't commit crimes, who don't have baby mama drama. He might got a kid by a young woman who doesn't bother him, but they co-parent well if you're gonna go there, because that's a reality. But y'all purposely pick the worst, and that is the smallest percentage of men who are doing the most. 51% of black men are married and childless. Are single and childless. 24% of black men are the ones who having all the goddamn kids, and that's all you women. 8% married, with children out of wedlock. All y'all screwing the same 24% of black dudes. Y'all just don't look at the statistics. So, having said that, let me get to this last one. Before I get to the last one, just keep in mind, I have a short story that's always for sale, I swear. It's called The Greatest Pain I Ever Felt. The conversation with my absent biological father who never wanted to be found. It's 40 pages. Folks who bought it say it's a page turner. It's an emotional roller coaster. It's me telling the truth about when I accidentally found out about my actual father, biological father, at age 22. And then I met him for the first time at age 39 years old. And the question he asked me was, hey, how you find me? I said, Google Maps, MapQuest. He says to me, well, I have to give you an A for effort because I've worked aggressively over the years to prevent you from ever finding me. And so that story in itself is me telling about how that went. And if you'd like to check it out, $10 Cash App, get at me. Rico the Opinionist, that's $ Rico the Opinionist, so you can do it on the PayPal. What else? Please send me an email address with that payment so I can email it to you, because it's in a PDF format. You can just click on it on your laptop, your desktop, or your phone, and just read it while whatever you're doing. And then also, if you buy it and you also read it, please give me your feedback. I'd like to know what you think. Is that cool? Thank you so much in advance. And I'm telling you, a portion of that cash will go towards updating my phone so I can actually talk to y'all, talk to y'all on my phone. Those of you who want to talk to me live. I can't do it now for some reason. I'm telling you, I guess you really have to update your phones, man. But so far, it works well for me. It rings, I answer. I can do two-way, the regular basic stuff. Anyway, my last one is, I saw this young lady on, I don't know if she's on TikTok or Instagram, but she was suggesting, it's called a vasectomy for her 14-year-old son. And Mary Max, we had this conversation. And I think officially, Mary Max, we might be on different paths. Let me see. Hold on, Kevin. What you say, bro? Damn, hold on, y'all. I'm sorry. Help your people without expecting something in return. You help, but you owe somebody, but I can't hardly, because the sun is out. But I'll read it later. I appreciate your comment, man. Everybody's commenting. I'm trying to get to them, but the sun is reflecting. So, the thing is, and I thought about it because also in the news, if y'all paid attention, the idea of male birth control, and of course, an initial reaction to a lot of men, but whenever you say male birth control or you say even the word vasectomy, a lot of guys have to be educated on what a vasectomy is. They're thinking like, man, they're going to cut some of my inches off. They're going to cut some of my girth. It ain't that at all. I think if you Google it, it'll show you exactly what's done. It's just a redirection of the seminal vesicle to redirect to make sure, you're not shooting out any foot soldiers. You can just shoot out the helmets, but no foot soldiers, and that helps. That prevents unwanted pregnancy. But it doesn't stop STDs. It doesn't stop HIV and spread all of that. It just stops you from, getting people pregnant. And also the male birth control. A lot of guys are like, shit, this needs to be tested out. We don't know what this is. And then that's the part I agree with, because we don't know what the chemical is. You know, had they had it all along, it'll be just as common as the female birth control. And women got over 21 forms, and hell, they don't even use those. I think if the women went through the 21 forms of birth control, that'll help out a lot. Because telling people to be abstinent, well, continue to have good luck with that. But that brings a lot of grand dollars when you have those abstinence initiatives in your nonprofit, just like the anti-bullying initiative in anyone's nonprofit. You know, it's stupid as fuck. That anti-bullying campaign is dumb as crap. You're teaching your son to get his or her ass whooped. Instead of teaching them how to play the dozens or teaching them how to throw those hands, you're going to sit there and let them be like little psychologists in the 2nd grade. Well, I know you're only attacking me, socking me in the eye every day because someone is bullying you at home. You're going to run out of ice and Witch Hazel fucking around like that for your little boy, your little girl. She's going to run out of Band-Aids, some scratches on her face, them girls putting on her ass. You better teach her how to do a roundhouse or a chop to the throat and teach your son, shit, man, how to put that 2-piece on their ass, or let him listen to some Richard Pryor or some somebody who can tell good jokes. Yeah, teach him how to get a little jujitsu. So anyway, and I thought about, you know, one of the things that's taking a lot of black boys out in these neighborhoods and even in society is it's teenage pregnancy and unwanted pregnancies. You say, well, we try to tell them to use condoms, but you know, hell, the girls don't even make these boys use condoms. Well, that's still on them. They need to do this. I get it. But if we're going to be realistic, young people don't be thinking about that shit. All they know is they get in heat and they ready to be hot about it. And so, let me give you another example. A lot of my clients, on this scenario or story, a lot of my clients were young men coming out the criminal justice system. You know, because working agencies, they have contracts with the courts and probation and judges and what have you. And a lot of these guys, I've had young men sitting in my substance abuse groups, intensive outpatient groups. He's 19 years old, 2 baby mamas, and a 30-year-old girlfriend with a little boy, some shit like that, right? Or he got 3 different baby mamas and he's not even 20 yet. I met a young man most recently, as in the last month, 20 years old. He has 5 kids by 4 different young women. And so both of these young men, I suggested them, I said, well, you about ready for a vasectomy, right? Just 20 years old with 4 kids, 5 kids by 4 different young women. He said, then, you know what he had the nerve to say, oh man, shit, I don't know. I said, what do you mean? You finna be in debt for the next 20 years. In debt. You've made the choice based on information you've been given as a little kid. And I said immediately, you don't have a father, do you? Like, nah, man, I just don't know my dad like that. And I was like, shocking. A lot of these boys who behave this way don't have masculine figures or fathers, and then they don't grow up with them because the moms don't make sure they have one. And so they're the ones who go out there allowing their penis to be as like a pathway to manhood, when you have to teach these boys that their penis is going to lead them either to debt or to their death. That's the conversation that needs to be had in these schools, even with girls and boys. You know, I don't know why they took sex ed out of class. I don't know why they took health in a sense the way it was taught to us in 83, 84 at Cypress Junior High School. Shout out to Miss Draper. We love you, girl. I don't know if she's still with us, but she is. Shout out to Miss Draper, who taught us health and taught the girls about, you know, how, you know, everything, and taught the boys about everything. She didn't do that talking in that feminist sense. She talked to boys and girls about our bodies and all of that. You know, because you know, in a lot of these hood homes, they're not having these conversations. Hell, some of these suburban homes, a lot of these so-called suburban middle-class black households, they're not teaching their girls about their bodies and teaching the boys about their responsibility with their penis. We know this. So, but a lot of these young men in these hoods, they getting all these babies, and there goes their future. Because they're being told, well, you got to go and work. You got to do this, boy. You got to take care of the kids. But then when the women get pregnant, the government steps in and says, it's okay, little mama, go have some more. I'm going to give you housing. I'm going to give you a free education. I'm going to give you some money every month. You know, but the boys are told you got to get out there and get it from the mud. And then guess what? They selling dope and doing whatever it is because they've been told that manhood is based on providing. But the female that gets pregnant, well, she said no. Her white zaddy says, no, I'll provide for you. So go on and keep on having babies, random babies by random dudes. So I'm telling you, isn't that making that male vasectomy look a little better? At 14, because I was thinking like, shit, a lot of these girls need to get their tubes tied at 14 too. Because that's like, you can't hardly get your little black kids through, goddamn it, can't get them through high school. Hell, you can't hardly get them through. Next you know, she walking across the goddamn high school graduation with a belly. Like, what? And then my girl Mary Max is like, well, they need to be in more activities, and I agree. We don't put them in enough activities, you know, other than football and basketball. We got to put them in other stuff, keep them busy. Because it's possible. You got to get your children preoccupied, give them a purpose. Because when they don't have a purpose, well, sex is just like a blunt. It's right there, convenient. You know, but still, I'm not ruling out the vasectomies for young people, because I'm about saving people's lives and giving them the opportunity to make it through the hell they call the ghetto and the hood. You know, because one thing about it, when you're a young woman, you have whatever's going on. No, let me go back to the young men, because like I said, young women can have babies at 13, 14 and still don't feel no goddamn blow. Now, the only thing they have to deal with is that ain't nobody gonna take no chick with kids seriously except for a nice bang around. Ain't nobody that's got some self-esteem and has resources gonna be married no damn chick or fooling with no chick with kids seriously. They need to learn that. Maybe y'all mama needs to tell you, daddies need to tell your daughters, ain't no man of quality fucking with no chick with kids. Except he will fuck you, but he ain't gonna fuck with you. Come on, somebody. And that's how it works. They ain't marrying no baby mamas in multiple numbers every year. Hell. So, but you need to talk to them like that. It's the way, you're so hard on them. Guess what's worse on them? Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B, City Girls, Megan, Mulatto, Erica Banks, Trina. They're worse on them. They talk way more stuff. They're worse. I'm teaching them something educational. I'm telling the boys. So, a vasectomy for 14-year-olds to save his life, to make sure at least he gets through high school and make it through his college dreams. Because also, if he goes off to college, you know how much ass in college? God, dog. I mean, prime, Ryan, tender, juicy. You're 18, 19-year-old, and all this ass come from all 50 states plus 3 or 4 countries? Come on. But a lot of guys have had some slip-ups. Hell, I even had a slip-up twice. I don't know about, one was oh shit. The other one, like, it was yeah. So, look. I'm trying to tell y'all, this shit is real out here. And so, vasectomy, and it's reversible. I know my girl Mary Max is probably one of the smartest nurses I've ever met, smarter than the doctors. She'll tell you, when she says it, it is true. It is true. Because you may not know what the long-term effects could be on the boys getting a vasectomy. And she's right. However, I want to believe that, as technology continues, you can get that vasectomy, and when he becomes a 30-year-old man, he decides, okay, I'm through knocking chicks around. I done called my BD and got over it. I didn't catch HIV because she wasn't messing with no foolishness. I'm done fooling around, and he starts humming this Al Green song. Tired of playing around. Got a girl in every town, oh, I want to settle down and stop fooling around. Let's get married. I want to stop fooling around. I want to take you in my arms and hold you. I want to take you in my arms and squeeze you. I want to take you in my arms and love you every night. Just make everything alright, alright. I want to hold you, baby. I want to squeeze you, baby. I want to love you, baby. Wipe all your tears away. See, when he gets to that phase, he can reduce the vasectomy and go out there and get married today. Might as well. Y'all don't hear me? See, when he gets to that Al Green stage in his life, come on, somebody. See, I'm from Memphis, home of soul and blues. Shout out to Johnny Taylor. But anyway, and Al Green, of course, the godson of soul, Al Green. Oh, Jesus. So, that's what I'm saying. It's still up in the air. I just brought it to y'all, maybe something to think about. If we're interested in saving black boys' lives and ensuring that they have a future, I know some of my folks will come out here, oh my God, we already losing a lot of black babies to abortion, so many millions die a year, but you know those women have to volunteer to work and walk in those damn Planned Parenthood. Did y'all know that? Don't tell me about the numbers, the millions of black babies that are aborted. The women have to volunteer to walk in there. Planned Parenthood can be on the corner just like liquor stores. If you don't walk your ass in there, if you try to constantly create a situation that won't make that an option, come on, they can be sitting there. Daycare centers won't have to be there if women got more into their femininity and say, you know what, I'd rather be a wife and a mother than sitting around here. I got a husband, he makes enough money, I can come home and raise my children and feed them and feed my husband. So if they made that decision, you wouldn't need no damn daycare so much. Now after school programs, you know, that's another thing. So y'all understand how this shit works? We have to make conscious decisions based on, you know, how much we care about children. Instead of what I feel like and what I want to do. And I think my girl Mary Max brought up which is the truth. You know, a lot of these girls have these babies because they want somebody to love them unconditionally. But yeah, until they get to be 4 and 5 years old, like, hey, wait a minute. It's not about you. Now you're mad at them up. Like, damn, I can't wait for them to go. You know. But anyway, y'all. Whew. I think that's it. Thank y'all so much. Purchase my short story. $10 Cash App. $ Rico the Opinion is. I appreciate you as always. And as always, something's always on my Aquarius mind. We will talk again in the future. Y'all be cool. Peace.